Welcome to Vieste. My name is Sandy and I'm joined in the booth by Greta Marchega. Greta, we're in Italy. The sun is shining. How are you feeling?
Buongiorno, Sandy. It's amazing to be here, honestly. So, ciao a tutti. I couldn't be more stoked, so thank you for having me also. And we're here in beautiful Vieste. So, for all the guys who don't know where exactly we are in the National Park of Gargano, which is actually in the beautiful region of Puglia, Italy. And we're in Spiaggia Lunga, so one of the main spots in Italy, actually. It's amazing to be back.
Yeah, and as you said to me yesterday, Spiaggia Lunga actually means Long Beach.
Yes, exactly. It sounds maybe better in Italian than in English, a bit more special, let's say, a bit more fashion.
Bit more fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's my first time in Italy and it is a beautiful place so far. Even though we had a bit of bad weather yesterday, but a lot of the guys have been out foiling and then they've been here a few days before and they've also been doing some sailing as well. Even though the forecasts haven't been so good, they were all sailing on 5.2s and things like that. And then it looks like from today we are getting more normal weather. The sun has come out, which all the locals have said that means wind usually.
Exactly. I mean, here also two thermic winds are working. So we're having the dominant wind from the north. That's what the locals explain me, which is the maestrale, so-called. And then also the second wind, which is working, is actually from the south, the scirocco.
Right.
But the main thing is we need sun. We need the good weather, and that's where the thermic then actually kicks in and works, like in Lake Garda actually and many other European spots as well. But yeah, to be honest, I mean, during the last month, everywhere in southern Italy, in southern Europe, the conditions were not good at all. So luckily today the sun is back and we're ready to rumble, I think.
Exactly. So yeah, just a reminder, guys, this is the pre-show, essentially. So a bit of a warm-up, taking you guys through the entrance, everything that's going to be happening, and then we'll be taking a break. And you guys can stay tuned at efpt.net/live for updates, and we will be updating you as the day goes. But yeah, let's take a little look at some of the action. As you can see there, possible start at 10:30. Let's take a look at a bit of build-up and see some of the action to come, hopefully.
So Oda, it's the first time for you being here in Vieste. What are your first impressions about this place?
Well, I arrived here yesterday night, so it was dark. So when I woke up today, I just went straight out of the apartment, went to the beach, and I see this beautiful bay. And I think the moment the thermic wind hits, I think we're going to have a lot of great conditions and also some small ramps.
What is your goal for the upcoming competition?
I think after I broke my foot last year, I just want to sail a good hit. And hopefully if I sail a good hit or good hits, getting into the competition mindset. And if I sail a good hit, hopefully I can get as high as possible.
So Jacopo, this is basically your lucky place because you won here last year, so it must be a very special location for you.
Yeah, I've been lucky in this place. I won last year, and it's nice because winning in the home country is special. And I love the place. The conditions on the water are amazing. The hospitality at the camping where they host the competition also is fantastic, and the town as well is very beautiful.
I'm very excited. I've never been in this leading position before. I know everyone is sailing very well. They have been training like crazy. And I've also had a couple of good training sessions at home, so I'm very confident.
How is the real Italian pizza?
It's good. You know, all the time you hear Italians, you pass by a pizza restaurant, oh, here looks good. No, come, I know the best place. And then most of the times they're right, I'll be honest. So yeah, it's a pretty good pizza to end the day.
Well, it looks like you had some fun in town last night.
We definitely did. You know, we're here for the competition, obviously, but we're also enjoying the Bella Vita. So you're in Italy, you have to enjoy, you have to get good food. And I mean, honestly, how amazing is the food over here?
I can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've been here for 2 days now and I still haven't had a pizza, which I'm quite disappointed with. But so far, the seafood, everything has been absolutely amazing. Anyone who knows me knows I love my food. So yeah, I'm stoked to be in Italy. But I'm also excited about the windsurfing, and especially with what has happened this season so far. It's been a pretty great one, you know, with all the Proving Grounds events. We've gone global this year already. So let's take a little look at a recap of the 2023 season so far.
Yo, yeah, thanks Sandy. It's been an awesome year so far. We started off the year in Cape Town with those wild conditions, 50 knots of wind. We had the wave sailors involved. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, really some huge moves, crazy stuff on the lake, and then over on the ocean with the jumps, Marc Paré taking the win. We then went over to Bonaire, where we had a Proving Ground Series event again, really kicking things off back over there in that paradise. An epic event with the crystal clear blue waters. You know, it was perfect sort of flat water freestyle. And then we went on to Austria, where we started our championship tour events. And there we saw the beginnings of the season, who had been training through the winter. Some of the freestyle faces that hadn't been able to make those more far-fetched Proving Grounds events were there in Austria, so that was super cool. And then over to Vesoul for that really exciting toe-in show. A real sort of dynamic event with a big crowd. We had like 800, 900 people on the beach watching in the finals, so super exciting there. And now we're back here in the beautiful Vieste, where we're going to see another great event. We've got the men's, the women's, the foil style, so it's super exciting. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
What a year it's been so far.
Mamma mia. It's
Mamma mia,
insane.
indeed.
I can't wait to see what's happening during the next days. But so far, the season has been incredible. I mean, already look at these spots. Dreamy. As
Yeah.
dreamy as it can be.
Exactly. I think it's been so great going to that sort of Proving Grounds format and starting to kind of build up events around the world. You know, people have been dreaming for an event in Cape Town for years, and the fact that sure it started small, but we already proved the action that you get when you host an event there. And then of course Bonaire, one of the most famous freestyle spots in the
Freestyle
world.
paradise,
Yeah.
definitely. And what I really like is the variety of the conditions, actually. I mean, they got nuking winds in Cape Town, then you get this blue water lagoon in Bonaire, then Austria, obviously a lot of to win, and let's see what's happening next. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I remember George Grizzly, one of the competitors from the UK, told me on the day in Cape Town when they went to the sea, he was the only one actually on a freestyle board by the end of the day. It was so windy. You know, it's no wonder the wave sailors won doing push loop forwards. And then, yeah, as you said, you cut to Bonaire and you've got the most crazy combo moves going down in perfect flat water freestyle conditions. But yeah, let's take a look at Vieste and what is going to be happening here. This is the first time we are running a foil style competition.
Oh my God, that is going to be very exciting because we're basically starting from zero. Nobody knows what's going to happening. The riders also don't know really how trained the others are. It's going to be surprising for everyone, for the riders, for us, for the crowd at home watching. So what can we expect? I'm not sure.
Well, exactly. It's one of those things, you know, and we're going to be quite transparent about it. This is the first time we've done this. And, you know, we had a big meeting with the riders and the judges yesterday, and it was quite interesting them talking about how the moves are going to be judged and everything like that. And actually, I had a brief interview with one of the judges, Flo Rogoznig, yesterday. So let's cut to that and see what Flo has to say about the judging for the foil style. I'm here with one of the judges for the Freestyle Pro Tour, Flo Rogoznig, and he's going to talk us through a little bit about the foil style competition coming up. It's the first one we've ever run as a tour, and Flo, talk us through how the judging criteria is going to be for this.
Yeah, that was actually a little bit of a tough one because, like you said, we've never done it before, and yeah, there was a little bit of a discussion this morning with also the riders, and we set up basically a new system since there is moves which is in freestyle they would be the same move, but in foil style they actually appear to be different moves, and even if they look the same. And so we set up a new system where we basically rate the technical difficulty of the freestyle move down and the judging score up, so we can adjust, and we have a little bit more room to adjust towards the technical difficulty of the actual move. And yeah, so that's basically what we do with the foilstyle. So it will be the same moves as in freestyle, more or less. But there is a different score to it. Even if, like, for example, a burner, there's 3 different ways of doing a burner in foilstyle, and we would judge them differently if they carve upwind, carve downwind, or go switch and duck the sail.
Great. And in terms of how the actual ladder will work, the competition, is that pretty much exactly the same as it would be on a fin?
That's exactly the same. So we run a single and a double. We have 22 competitors registered, so yeah, it will be quite a big fleet, and yeah, definitely going to be awesome action to see. And yeah, single, double, that's what we go for.
It's going to be an exciting one. First one in the history of windsurfing, I think. A first foil style competition. Stay tuned for the action. Interesting insights there from Flo, talking about how actually there's 3 ways to do a burner on a foil. So you've got the kind of downwind 360 where you go all the way around till you're backwinded and then jump round. You've got the traditional way you do it on a fin where you duck the sail, go switch and duck the sail. And then you've got this new way of doing it. And I was quite interested when I was in the meeting. I was like, isn't that a Pasco? But Steven van Broekhoven corrected me. If anyone's going to correct you about freestyle windsurfing, it should be Steven van Broekhoven. And he said, because you don't actually take off until you're like essentially past the eye of the wind, so you've gone already 90 degrees into the wind and then you take off, it shouldn't count as a Pasco because it's kind of the first 180 of that rotation. I'm getting real technical here, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's insane.
But it was really interesting to have that conversation. And kind of before that, you know, Adam came up and said, Sandy, go and sit in on it just so you can listen to it. And in my head, I was like, I don't know if I need to be at this meeting. But actually, I was like, oh, it was great. And it was really interesting, him talking about it.
Now, I feel excited about being part of this premiere, you know, happening for the first time. And also what will be really interesting, in my opinion, you have, like, let's say, the long-term talents who won already a lot of titles in freestyle facing the newcomers.
Yep.
And some of the newcomers, actually, they jumped immediately into foil freestyling. So it will be really interesting to see who has benefits, who actually is better in it, who got really the feeling for it. So I'm really curious to see what's happening.
100%, yeah. The playing field is more level than it's ever been. You know, traditionally,
Definitely.
of course, you've got your kind of top 10 riders that all the other riders are like, oh, nervous about it. But even Jentel said in this meeting yesterday, he was like, none of us are that good at this. You know, we're all still learning, you know, and that was interesting, obviously, for the judges, but also, yeah, for us and for you guys watching at home. You know, this is the first foil freestyle official competition that's ever been done. So it is going to be really interesting. Taking a look at some of the guys competing, of course, you've got your heavy hitters. You've got Steven van Broekhoven, Jentel Cares, you know, Sam Steve as well. He put out a foil video a couple of years ago, and he was doing a lot of moves.
He actually loves it. He's actually loving it.
Yeah.
He's really good in it, training also a lot in it. So let's see.
It'd be really interesting. And then, of course, you've got all the young kids from Brouwersdam.
Yes, the
You've got,
Brouwersdam crew is strong.
Oh, yeah, all
like
of them.
Tim, for example, he's working a lot on it.
Yeah, they're just always on the wall. You go on Instagram, they're always there. And then, of
Always.
course, we've all been calling him the dark horse. I'm not sure how pleased he is about it, but Jamie Howard, Jamie Howard from the UK, coming off, you know, coming 6th in Austria. As a bit of a shock to a lot of people. He took out a lot of people. Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to forget how good he is. I sail with him a lot in the UK, and we worked at Club Bass together for many years, so I feel like I kind of know because I sail with him so much. But I think a lot of people tend to forget, you know, he doesn't necessarily put as many videos out, and he's also been working on the foiling.
Yes, but that's actually a really nice strategy, you know? Stay low-key, and then in the moment you need to show and perform, bam, he's there and surprising people. That's actually a really good strategy.
Exactly, so it'll be really interesting to see if he can do that in the foil style here and replicate what he did on the fin in Austria. I imagine he's going to be looking to do it on the fin as well. But yeah, it's cool to see that he's entered the foil style. And then looking at the women as well, we've got one lady in the foil style
Yes,
fleet.
we have one power lady. I mean, how amazing is that? Shout out to her. So Lucy Honecker from Switzerland. She's the only lady doing foil style. She's competing with the guys. So I'm super proud of her, and I think we all are, because actually I spoke to her this morning, and she said what she wants to do with this, she just wants to inspire other girls to join this, because it shouldn't be that girls are afraid to join the foil style. In general, foiling is maybe a bit intimidating to people, also in racing, whatever. But in freestyling, it would be really amazing if we get more girls into it. And Lucy is really doing it because she wants to inspire other girls. Actually, she wants to have fun, just to enjoy with the guys. And I think that's actually the right mindset, that's the way to go.
Absolutely, yeah. It's great. It's great to see. And we have seen it, grow over the years. Just general freestyle for the women. You've got people like Oda, Micah Hooverman, Sarah Keita, and then now we've got this newer generation of girls that are also doing the same thing. And hopefully, with social media and things like that, it's only going to help get the message out there more. We're very nice. If you can do a couple of moves, come and join us. Come and get
We're
involved,
waiting
girls,
for you.
please.
We need more girls. I mean, in general, we need more girls in windsurfing, that's for sure. This is the everyday going on discussion, but especially freestyle, it would be amazing to get more talents in. I mean, we have some really fresh new talents pushing through, like Lisa, for example, Lisa Kloster.
Ripping.
She was ripping in Vesul. She came third also.
Yeah.
She's really motivated for here. She has been training a lot during winter in Brazil, in Tarifa. So I'm really curious to see what the young blood is doing versus the, let's say, more adult ladies.
Yeah, for sure. I was in Brazil over the winter as well, and I sailed with Lisa a couple of times, and she is ripping.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's not afraid of crashing
great.
as well.
Exactly.
She's not scared at all. Yeah,
that helps
awesome
a lot.
to see.
If you're not scared and you're just going for it, that helps a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the Foilstyle as well, guys. Don't forget you can also head to efpt.net. Where you can find out all of the information about all of the riders who are competing in this event as well. So make sure you head over to that. Now, after the foil, let's move on to the fin. Traditional windsurfing. I suppose what we're all here to see, but we are also excited about that.
Yes, of course. I mean, fin is fin. Never forget your roots. That's what I always say.
Love that.
As amazing foiling can be, and as it is, the benefit of going in light winds, whatever, but I believe you should never forget where you're coming from and your roots.
Yeah.
So basic freestyling, basic fin racing. So
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully the wind will help us for that, though.
Fingers crossed. The forecast looks good.
Yes.
It's sunny. I think we're going to be all right. I had a chat with Flo again about the fin competition and what the riders are what the judges, are specifically looking for from the riders for the competition here in Vieste. Let's check that out. All right, so we've gone through the foil and how all that's going to work. Now let's get on to traditional windsurfing, the fin. Flo, talk us through what the judges are going to be looking for here in Vieste.
Yeah, the fin obviously is the most important thing, and so the criteria is basically we're gonna have 3 moves per tech, so it's 3 different moves per tech, and you're not allowed to do the same move on the same tech twice. Then we have a criteria of technical difficulty and judging score of 40 to 60%. And we're basically looking for all the big moves, and the bigger the better. Like if you have more airtime, which is quite likely that we get some big moves here, since there is a little bit of a wave as well. So we're looking for airtime, of course, and that gets you big style points.
All about the style. Stay tuned for the action. Airtime. That's what we're looking for.
Oh yes, we are. We're craving it. We're craving it.
that's what we want to see, and especially here. As I said, this is my first time here, but looking at the videos and the clips from previous events here, and judging by what the riders have said, I think usually when they do get that traditional that thermal wind,
Maestrale from the north.
Mistral, the Maestrale. That's a good accent. Yeah, when you do get that wind coming in, I think it does pick up a bit of chop. You do get a little bit of a wave.
You get, I mean, remember last year the conditions were insane. They got a little bit of chop. They got the perfect ramps. Some of the girls are like looking forward to the ramps they got last year, so that's great. And so if it comes in right the way it should, we will get the perfect conditions for that, actually.
I think it's going to be great. And we've got a pretty stacked list of competitors as well. We've got between the men and the women, we've got about 30 competitors now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's a big fleet.
Absolutely. It's looking good. And then going on to what we were saying earlier, Greta, talk us through the women. Who have we got competing?
So we have 5 power ladies here who are pushing the level really high. I mean, just flown in from the Netherlands yesterday evening. We have Maaike Hoeveman, obviously. Yep. She doesn't need that much as an introduction. No. I mean, she won the tour already 4 times in a row, the 4 consecutive times actually, and she's very, very hungry to get her 5th title, obviously. She's pushing the limits since years, and she's actually a big role model for many of the other younger freestyle girls. So that's amazing. And she's actually a real, let's say, water woman, because she's also into winging. Mm-hmm. She does a lot of the other disciplines as well, and she's doing an amazing job since years. So I'm really, really curious to see what she's going to do here. Last week in Vesul, she actually won in the Tawin. So let's see. I'm curious what she's going to offer us as a show. Then obviously we are having here also Oda this year. So that's amazing to have her back on tour. She competed in Bonaire for this first time again after a couple of years. Actually, she was missing out on tour. And actually, it's her second event after her injury, after a foot injury from last year. And I spoke to her yesterday. She will take it a little bit easy because she still can feel actually her injury in her foot. So she has to pay attention a little bit, but she will push as much as she can. And I mean, we all know Oda is training with no one else than Sarakita the whole time. They're really close friends. And so she will push the level really high as well. And yeah, she actually just came back from Peru, surfing the longest wave in the world. She was in Bonaire this winter. She was everywhere around. She was in Aruba. She was training a lot. So it's going to be a tough one for Maike, I think now. Those two girls will be in a direct battle, definitely.
Yeah, it was really... I was in Brazil as well in the winter, and I was at the lagoon the day I think Oda did her first couple of freestyle moves. And straight away, first run, she just did a shaka 360 straight away, and she was screaming after it. I think she was so pleased, but just landed it straight away. So clearly, there's been no skill fade. You know, she hasn't lost any of the moves.
You know,
She's
it's
not
like
lost any of the
cycling.
moves.
You're not losing it anymore. But I think especially for riders who suffered the injury, it's amazing to be back on a moment because it's also a very emotional thing, you know, the recovery. You don't know when you will be back fully, missing out on competitions.
Yeah.
So she's super happy to be back, actually. And it's her first time here. So she's really curious to see what the spot can offer. And yesterday evening in town, she loved it. She loved the Italian vibe. So she's really excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be great seeing her back in a jersey properly.
Yes.
a
And then,
big
as
event
said,
like
we have some of the young bloods being here. Lisa Kloster from Germany just mentioned she was pushing a lot last week in Vesoul, actually, third place. She was training a lot during this winter in Brazil, in Tarifa. She was all over, and she's actually improving really fast, training a lot. She's really a young talent, and I'm really curious to see what she's doing actually versus the, let's say, more adult ladies.
Yeah.
Then we have Lucy, the only one pushing in Foilstyle. So big shout out to her. She's also a really young talent coming from Switzerland, training a lot in Silvaplana. She's also working as a windsurfing coach in the school there. And actually, fun fact about her, she always wanted to be a snowboard pro. And now she ended up in windsurfing.
Whoops.
I mean, it's a complete different world. But I think like for the board sensibility and that stuff, it helps for sure.
For sure, yeah.
And looking forward as well what she's going to do in the next days. And she actually is here. She wants to have a good time, she told me. That's her main goal, enjoying, having fun, being on the water with the other girls.
It's a good goal.
So, yeah, that's always nice to hear, know that people are not only thinking about the competition besides, but also enjoying it. And that's why we're all here in the end.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we have Claire from the UK. I'm really happy that she could make it as
Yeah,
well.
me too.
She flew in directly from the UK yesterday evening after one day of traveling.
Yeah.
And she has been actually really busy during this winter, also with a lot of, let's say, private things. She's actually renovating her house at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's actually amazing that she could make it anyway, because that's obviously a big project going on for the rest of the year. And she's also super excited to see the rest of the girls. She was super excited to see this event, this spot actually, because last year she hasn't been here, and she was really looking forward to discover this spot.
Yeah.
So I would say we got an amazing fleet of girls. I can't wait to see what they're going to pull off during the next days. And I'm not only saying it because I'm a girl, okay?
No,
I
I'm
think
excited too.
Everybody's excited.
Yeah. I'm excited too, and I've got to put my money behind Claire. She's a Club Vass alumni like me.
Yeah,
I
true.
worked with Claire for years. You know, did a couple of trips with her to Cape Town and things like that. And the conditions that we're going to get here suit her down to the ground. You know, she's done quite a lot of wave sailing. She's got a big forward on her. It's going to be really exciting to see.
Definitely.
I think, she's really going to come out in these conditions.
Yes,
I
I
think.
mean, she told me that actually her favorite trick is a shaka.
Yeah.
And we should get those little ramps over here, so which are going to help her.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be really exciting to see
Yeah.
her
No.
getting amongst it.
Fingers crossed for all the girls.
Absolutely, yeah. And then looking at the men's, I think we've got a bit of a clip of some of the men's freestyle. So let's take a little look at that before we dive into what the competitor looks like.
crazy. I mean, the level is so high. It's just insane.
I know. Yeah, it was really interesting. I was chatting to a couple of guys yesterday, and we were talking about what the tour was like when it first started and what the moves were like and everything like that compared to what it is now. And interestingly, they were saying, you know, of course the moves were more basic back then, but at the same time back then the progression was so high. You know, there was a new move at every event, someone would do a new move and things.
Sure.
And whilst we don't see that now, we've kind of got to that point in the sport where the top moves that are already being done are so impressive and amazing.
Yes,
and
they are.
you know, maybe everyone goes a little bit higher each year. You know, the burners get higher, and they manage to add another burner on, or you know, obviously Yentl doing the double air burner in that clip he put out recently.
My head is always spinning when I look at them on a moment, you know, and again and again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
So
great.
you know, whilst we don't necessarily see a new move every event. You know, a new move now is an event in itself. You know, like when we had the double air culo in 2015, everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
Yes.
You know, so it's kind of changed, but I don't think we've hit the roof yet of what can be done. But certainly, whilst the progression is less, what the guys are actually doing now, and every rider is dangerous now. You know, just
crazy.
looking at the elimination ladder. You know, there's no easy heats anymore.
No, definitely not. I mean, we have some real superstars here, and as you say, the level is so high, and there's so many tricks and moves that are just done in perfection.
Yeah.
You know, there's just nothing to add.
can't fault
and,
it.
It's insane to see at every event what happens.
Yeah.
You really have to take every event by itself to see what the riders do.
I'm glad I'm not a judge. Put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. No. I'm also glad that we're just talking and don't have to
we
judge
got the best job
anybody.
here.
It's easier.
we just get to sit here. So let's talk about some of the riders that we've got here. Obviously, I'm going to start straight off with Leonard Neubauer.
He's leading. He's leading at the moment.
Leading the tour, but also similar to Oda, is coming off essentially a year of injury.
Yes, true.
You know,
True.
taking it very seriously. You know, obviously he's got that Red Bull sticker on now.
He's very professional. He's a
Yeah.
very professional guy.
Yeah.
Very focused. So he's going to take it very serious here, and he's going to give a hard time to all the
Yeah.
others. That's for sure.
And he's been taking advantage of all the resources that a Red Bull sponsorship gives you. You know, he's been doing a lot of rehab at their kind of centres in Austria, things
Yes.
like that, making sure that he's as fit as he possibly can be. And it's always funny, I think it's very easy to sort of look at an athlete that's really taking themselves seriously like that and kind of go, all right, you know, you don't need to take it that seriously. But then for him to come into Austria and just wipe
Yeah,
the floor
everybody
clean
out.
with
Yeah,
everyone.
and I mean, the crazy thing is he's only 19 years old, you
Us,
know?
yeah.
He's that professional, that mature, and that focused already at 19 years old. I mean, the future can be just bright for him,
I think
you know?
so. But equally, he's had a lot to live up to. You know, people have been talking about him since he was 13 years
True.
old and how he is going to be a world champion and stuff. And actually, quite often you see riders like that, they sometimes don't quite manage to reach that potential. So
Yes.
it's pretty awesome to see that he is truly reaching that potential. And he's coming
Yes.
into this event,
Yes.
wearing that yellow lycra. And it's going to be really exciting to see how he gets on. You know, he's got every move, every tack. It's going to be great.
Yes.
And looking out to sea, we've got Steven van Broekhoven is out and foiling, so that's looking very promising
Ooh, that's
for
looking
today
very
as well, guys.
promising. He's flying already.
Let's talk about Steven van Broekhoven then, while we're here.
Steven, 5 times champion. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see all his experience. I mean, he's also foiling. He actually did also foil racing. He did a
Yeah.
bit on IQ. So it's going to be interesting to see how he matches the both disciplines, maybe for his advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really good in the, let's say, old school normal fin freestyling, but it will be interesting to see. He was training a lot actually on the fin, on the foil style. So it's going
Yeah.
to be interesting for that. Definitely.
He's interestingly, yeah, stronger tack. That's a new stat we've got for you guys this year. He's stronger on port tack. Interesting, I took a look at a lot of the riders. A lot of the guys' stronger tack is starboard, which is generally the tack most of them do their ducking moves on.
Yes.
I know Steven can obviously do a lot of moves both sides, but port tack, that's generally your kind of shaka flakas, your pascos, your shove it spocks, things like that. So it's interesting to see the
Yes.
port tack. And
I
I'm
mean,
sure
Steven is here already since a week with the family. He's already training here on the spot since a week. So
Yeah.
maybe that gives him a little bit of an
of an
advantage
edge.
as well. And he's coming here since many, many years as well. He likes the area.
absolutely. And then, of course, talking about liking the area, Jacopo Testa.
Jacopo Testa, I mean, obviously he's a local hero, let's say. He won here last year. It's
Yeah.
his lucky spot. He loves it. Let's see what he's going to offer us. But his level is really high.
Oh,
He's
he is.
always ripping. He came straight from Sardinia. He's training all year long. He was also in Jakke in this winter.
Yeah.
So let's see. He's definitely in form.
He's the style master,
Yes.
the absolute style master. You know, that regular chachu, he does it like nobody else can do that move like he can. I could say that for a lot of moves, to be honest. And you know, as Flo said earlier, obviously they're looking for that airtime, but also style really does come into it. If you can
Yes.
add a little flourish, you can take a
Of
hand
course,
off.
he's Italian. Of course, style comes
Exactly.
into it. Sandy, please.
Sorry, who
In
am I?
Italy, we do it with style or not at all,
Yeah.
you know? And, you know, he's still current European champion. I mean,
Yeah.
from 2022.
Yep.
So he definitely wants to repeat that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and with 4 event wins behind him, he's going to be really looking to make a statement here. I think,
Yes.
especially after Austria, you know, with Lennart taking it. I wonder if, you know, obviously he knows Lennart's good, but he's going to be a bit frustrated with it. He's going to want to win it on the home turf.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And then of course we can't talk about freestyle without talking about Mental Yentl.
Oh,
Yentl
yes.
cares himself.
Mental Yentl. I mean, Yentl is so famous for his insane comebacks. I mean, how often
Yeah.
did we see it in the past? That then in the double elimination,
Yeah.
he just smashed it. And he actually was training a lot on the foil as well. So I'm really curious to see what he's doing in the foil style category. But obviously, he's also loving the normal foil, the normal fin competition. So let's see. And he's definitely one of the big names here.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, as you said, he is the comeback king. Which isn't to say, I don't know, it's interesting. Some riders like to storm their way through the single elimination, put themselves somewhere safe in that double. They can kind of sit back and relax and just wait for their heat. Yentl, I feel like, you know, I think Galito was quite famous for it as well. You know,
Yes.
they almost thrive on that pressure.
Maybe, exactly, you said the right word. Maybe those are the guys who exactly need that pressure in the
Yeah.
neck to then being performing.
Exactly, yeah. Rather than kind of making, you know, and
Yeah.
of course, obviously they're trying to win that single elimination as well. But it's always interesting to me. I wonder if there is that little thing inside them going,
Yeah,
the
but I
double's
mean,
where I'll do it.
Yentl is training all year long. He's the whole year on the road,
Yeah.
traveling. I mean, this winter he was in Tarifa. He was a lot in Spain. Then he came to Cape Town for the JP Pride photo shoot as well. He was training a lot there. Then obviously he's training a lot in all his home spots. Actually, he's almost an Italian local since
Yeah.
years, training in Lake Como because of Steffi, his girlfriend. So actually, he's good in all the conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. And then finally, let's take a little look at Mr. Joop Schmidt. Let's talk about Joop.
I think he's actually one of the competitors together with Takumi who had the longest trip to come here.
Probably.
I mean,
yeah.
flown in from Bonaire directly. He won in Bonaire in front of his home crowds. That was obviously amazing for
I
him.
bet. Yeah, he's got that dad power now as well.
Yes, exactly.
He's got his
Daddy
little baby.
duties.
He's got his little baby. He's coming off that win in Bonaire, which must have felt amazing. Yeah, no surprise to see that Port is his strong attack here with those double one-handed punches and all those crazy combos that he throws down. He's one of my favourite sailors to watch.
He's
just-
amazing.
Yeah, he's so explosive, so powerful. And style for days. He might not be Italian, but he's definitely got the style of one.
He is stylish. Usually when he has his hair open, you know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy to see also his hair flipping around
Yeah.
while he does the move. So
Yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting to see.
he's
see
a
him
real
as well.
showmaster. He definitely is. He loves the show. He loves to pull off a show for the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be super excited to see him him on the water. And apparently he is also going to be doing the foil.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though
Yeah, I heard about that
From
this
what I heard
morning.
is
Yes.
he hasn't really done much foiling before, but he's going to have a go.
That's going to be interesting to see.
He's probably going to straight away just smash out some
Yeah,
moves
exactly.
we've
Could
never
be.
seen.
Could be.
Yeah.
Everything can be expected from him. Everything.
Exactly. And then also having a little look at some of the dark horses. So speaking of dark horses, let's start with Jamie Howard because that's what everyone's calling him. He's even calling himself a dark horse now. I think he's having a bit of a
That's so
laugh with
good.
it. As I said, you know, been a bit below the radar for a while, but then coming to Austria and making a statement, coming sixth. You know, it doesn't get much more of a statement than that.
No, exactly.
You know, only just taken down by Yentl.
Yeah, and that's said, maybe that's exactly his strategy. You know, some of the riders, they just prefer to stay low-key and then be on point when it's
Yeah.
really the moment to show off, train calm, without pressure, not showing off too much. And that's also what scares a little bit maybe the other competitors, you know, not
Yeah.
knowing what's coming, what's happening.
It's funny, yeah. You speak to like some of the the guys at the top of the tour, you know, Yentl and stuff like that. They have this this sort of respect for Jamie Howard. They're always like, no man, he rips.
Yes.
Like I do think some of the other younger riders, or maybe they do sort of not forget, but they just don't think about it. They're too busy going, oh, I don't want to be up against Jensel, and they go, oh, it's all right, I'm up against Jamie.
Yeah.
And then
no,
you don't
that's
realize.
true.
And he, as I said, I've sailed with him a lot. In the UK, and when we worked in Vast together and everything, that man does not get his hair wet.
Yeah.
He is so consistent.
That's amazing. That's what all the girls are actually dreaming of, you know, not getting the
Don't
hair
get the
wet
hair wet.
while they move.
Yeah. He does. He is so consistent, and that's obviously shown in his heats.
Yes.
You get riders that they can sail all day free sailing and never crash, but then they go into a heat and they, whether it's the nerves or the different
pressure.
conditions, the
Yes.
pressure, exactly, and they end up, crashing. But Jamie
Yes.
seems to be able to brush that off and really put a good heat together.
That's unfortunately, I would say, a problem in general for many riders. They're amazing free sailors, but on the moment they're going into the heat in competition, they're not able to transform what
Yeah.
they're actually able to do
Yeah.
in front of the judges. And as we just say, maybe it's the pressure, maybe sometimes it's experience, I don't know. But it's true that in competition, a lot of things are coming together,
Absolutely.
Your mindset, your training, just feeling safe and prepared. And let's see what Jamie is offering us. in the
Absolutely,
next
and then of
days.
course, to very briefly mention some of the other guys, we've got the young Japanese
Takumi.
hotshot,
Yes.
Takumi Maria, who's come all the way over for Japan for this. He
I
just won
think he was the guy traveling the longest
For sure.
to come here. I
Yeah.
mean, because all the way from Japan, I just spoke to him this morning during the registration, and it's his first time in Italy, not only here in Vieste.
Yeah.
First time in Italy, he's super excited. Obviously, he was super excited about his win in Japan some weeks ago, and he's super young. He's only 16 years old, and
Yeah.
have you seen what he does on
He-
the socials
yeah.
and everything?
He's ripping.
He's ripping. So now it's cool to get a bit of more also those international Asian guys in it.
For
It's
sure.
important.
Exactly, yeah, get guys from all over the world, and obviously they
Oh,
just
welcome, yes.
they just ran the event over in Japan as well, which Takumi actually won.
Yes.
So yeah, he's going to be coming off that with a bit of confidence as well. Hopefully,
Yes,
we may
I
be
think
seeing
so.
another Leonard Neubauer situation. With
Maybe,
a young
maybe.
rider coming in and
Yeah.
just storming through. So it's going to be super exciting for his first kind of big international competition.
Yes, exactly. I
I'm
think it's the
excited.
first time actually that he's competing in Europe in general.
Exactly. So that's going to be really exciting to see. And then of course, some of the other riders, just to name a few, we've got Israeli powerhouse Dudu
Yes,
Levy.
it's good to have him here. It's amazing.
Yeah, we've got Mikey Czech, the local guy from
Austria, Lake Neusiedl.
Yeah, who
He's
just
a guy who likes the light winds, actually.
Yeah.
So could be also in his favor. I mean, if the wind remains like this, could be
it's going
definitely
to be
his
really exciting. Yeah,
conditions.
and of course, all the guys from Brouwers Dam again. Bodie Kempen he's been having a really good couple of years.
Tim Gerdes as well. He's
Yeah.
actually training a lot on the foil. We
Tim,
saw a lot
Tigo.
of amazing footage on the foil going on. I mean, those Brouwers Dam guys, I don't know how they do it, but they're always in the water. It
Always
seems.
training,
I don't
always
know
sailing.
if they never go to school,
Yeah.
if they never work.
Yeah,
they
I
know.
know. Yeah. Every time you see them on Instagram, they're
Yes.
always just windsurfing.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So I think you wandered around earlier, had a bit of a chat to some of the guys during registration.
Yes, I
Let's-
did. I mean, they registered this morning. They're all super happy to be here. Some of them are still a little bit tired because maybe most of you don't know, but traveling to Vieste is not that easy. No. It's really in the south of Italy. There are actually some good connections. Rather, you come by car, you drive all the way down to Italy, or you fly in, as many guys did from the UK, etc. So yesterday also the weather was a bit so-so. It was a little bit rainy, but today everybody's super excited because the wind is from the correct direction. The sun is out. We got amazing food. Actually, the local organization, it's really like the hospitality is amazing. Everybody feels so welcomed. Everybody got a good sleep tonight, rested, and now we can
we're
really
ready.
blow it off today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And let's take a little look at that registration walk around from earlier this morning.
Good morning, Claire. How are you? How are you feeling?
Definitely refreshed after a long sleep, after a long travel.
It's so good to have you here. It's nice that you could make it all the way from the UK. So registration is on. How are you feeling on the first day of this competition now?
Yeah, well, it looks like the direction's in, and yeah, hopefully it will just build, and hopefully it'll be strong enough.
Cool, I can't wait to see you girls ripping on the water. Good luck. Ciao, ladies. Lisa and Maike, are you ready to rumble? Registration is done.
Yeah, I'm ready and hoping for win.
It looks good though today. The direction is the correct one. Sunny it is, so I think it will be really good. We will be crossing our fingers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it looks super exciting with the wind in this direction. We got the sun, so hopefully a bit of thermic and get some action today.
Yes. I'm looking so forward to see you girls ripping, so I can't wait for the good show that you're going to give us today. Ciao Dieter, buongiorno. Coffee's in, registration is done. Are you ready for the first day?
Coffee's not in yet, so definitely that first. But
Then you have to change that one quickly, yeah?
exactly. The bar is here, so it should be fine. But yeah, ready. There's some wind already, so let's hope the thermic fills in and we can get on the water directly.
Good morning, Takumi. Welcome to Italy. How is it for you to be here in Vieste?
Yes, so good. I'm looking forward to here.
Is it your first time here in Italy?
Yes, first time.
So Takumi, after winning in Japan, what is your goal for the upcoming event?
I wanna enjoy the windsurf.
Buongiorno, Sam. How are you doing on the first day of registration?
You know, I feel good. I just arrived yesterday and it's sunny there. The wind is coming, so I'm feel ready.
Okay, you have been here also last year on the event. How do you feel on this place, with this spot, with these conditions actually?
Yeah, I know here that it can be a really good spot when the wind is coming. A lot of riders come here for windsurfing all summer, so the forecast looks good for windsurfing, for foil windsurfing, and yeah, I hope it works today.
Good morning, Bodhi. So how is it for you to be back in Italy for this competition?
Good morning. Yeah, it's super great to be back here, also for the foil style. We have some good conditions coming up, I think, and yeah, it's good to be back. Nice weather, so always good.
And what is your motto or your motivation for the upcoming days?
Yeah, I just want to have fun sailing and hopefully I win some heats, so let's see how it goes. Also with the foil style, it's new and I'm really excited to do that as well.
Good morning, Lucy. So how is it for you to be here for the first time in Vieste competing?
I mean, I'm just so excited. It's a beautiful spot and it has been great the past couple of days,
So since how long are you here to training on this spot already?
I've been here for 2 days now. So yesterday was not enough wind, but the day before I had a great session. So
okay. And what nobody knows, you're actually the only girl competing with the guys in foil style. So shout out to that. That's amazing. What are you expecting from this, from the next days competing with the guys?
I'm just here to have fun. I mean, I'm just trying to do whatever I can, and my goal is just to inspire maybe some other girls to do some foil style, you know, because I think it's a shame that I'm the only one. There should be more with me out there.
So shout out to that. I'm sure you will inspire many girls. So thank you and good luck.
Guys at registration, good vibes here in
Yes,
Vieste.
definitely. They're very good vibes on. Everybody's so happy to be here. The weather is helping, and now in general, it's just. I mean, those are all amazing people to be around,
Yeah.
you know. So there are definitely some good vibes around.
Yeah, everyone does seem just, I don't know, it sounds so silly to say, but everyone just seems really positive. Everyone's, a lot of people, I don't know whether, you know, it's just an easy answer, but everyone's like, you know, what's your goal here? What's this? What's that? And everyone's like, just want to enjoy myself.
Yes, no, that's true,
You
and
know?
that's actually, I think that's the right mindset, because you have to do it in first place because you enjoy and you have fun in it, and then, you know, you're also enjoying the competition.
Exactly.
I think that's the base of everything, to enjoy. The moment you forget about enjoying or you're not doing that anymore, then it's better you stop competing.
Exactly, there's no point. Exactly,
Yes.
for sure. And I'm sure all the top riders think that as well.
Yes.
So let's take a little look at the forecast, looking ahead for the next few days then. So as we can see, so actually what we are looking for is that kind of northerly direction. So it looks like today we are going to have some wind. So as you said, you got a bit of local knowledge.
Exactly.
From
I
Aldo.
spoke to some of the locals yesterday, actually to the organization staff, let's say, to our main sponsors also here. And they explained me that when it's sunny and the good direction from Maestrale, so means from the north coming, so from the Adriatic Sea, is blowing in and the sun is out, then we should get wind. It's a really stable thermic wind, and it's usually picking up in the morning already, late morning,
Yep.
and then it should continue during the whole afternoon, actually.
Yeah, so it looks like today we are going to be able to do some action. Actually, looking out of our booth, I just witnessed Tim Gerdes, one of the riders from Browsdam. He actually just did a culo on the foil.
Yes.
So it looks like the wind is picking up. So
and
yeah.
Steven was also already flying just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
So guys, you can stay tuned definitely because it's happening today.
Yeah, I think, so it looks like today is going to be a good day. Tomorrow, the wind is a little bit northerly again, maybe a bit too much, but I think, we again, if that sun is out and the wind is coming from that direction, I think you can add kind of 5, maybe 6, 7 knots to what the forecast says.
Exactly. They said more or less it's like this, approximately 5 knots more.
Yeah.
That's right. But I think it looks more or less like today, so it should be definitely good. The important thing, as said, is that the sun is out because then the thermic winds can work. Because there's actually a big mountain behind of us, and they explained me that as soon as it kicks in, the temperature difference between the top of the mountain and here in the Bay Area is so big that then the thermic can work through. And basically, it's the same. It's the same system than in Lake Garda, actually, with the thermic winds.
Exactly, and throughout majority of Europe in the summer, essentially.
Exactly.
So that's kind of it from us with the pre-show today, guys. Make sure that you guys stick around today. As I said, looking at the forecast and looking at that drone shot you've got there, we do have some wind coming in. I think we are definitely going to be running at least some foil style, if not trying to potentially get through the first few heats of either the men or the women's fin freestyle also. Stay glued to @Freestyle Pro Tour on Instagram, EFPT.net to check out the website where you can find all the links to watching the live stream, the ticker, everything like that. We will be going on standby. Stay glued to all of our channels. Stay tuned for the post show as well at the end of the day. That's it. That's it for now. Check back in and we will see you guys soon.
Thank you, guys.
Where did you find the GBH one?
Yeah, power's okay. We're just 89. Sound check. 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 Sound check.
Good morning from Italy. My name is Sandy and I'm joined by Greta Marchega.
Buongiorno, my name is Greta. We're back.
And we're back, yeah. After the pre-show this morning, we are now live again. The wind has picked up a little bit.
It looks still a bit light though, but Foilstyle is on.
Foilstyle is on.
It's on and we're excited.
Yeah, if you missed the pre-show this morning, as I was saying, we are running the first international foil freestyle competition that has ever been done.
Yes, so it's actually a premiere for everybody.
It's a premiere, and it's also, we got to be honest, it's a test. We've not done this before. You know, as I said yesterday, we had the judges and the riders who are competing in the foil style all get together and have a bit of a chat about how the judging is going to work, you know, what sort of moves the judges want to see, how they're going to differentiate. And it was a super interesting chat. And with that, there is a little bit of experimentation that we are going to be doing with this.
Freestyle, literally freestyling also
yeah,
in
we
here.
said that earlier. We said that earlier, yeah. This is very much freestyle on the land and on the water today, I
Exactly,
think.
all about freestyling everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So that's essentially what we're doing. If you guys head over to efpt.net/live, you can take a look at the live eliminations as well. Now, some of the riders have been here for a few days and they've been practicing. You know, some of the guys from Brouwsdam, of course, Steven van Broekhoven. So let's take a look at some highlights of those guys training here in Vieste from the last few days. So as you can see there, some of the riders enjoying the vibe.
So dreamy. I mean, how amazing are the drone images,
I
please,
know.
from above.
Yeah.
The water is clear, it's blue, it's warm, it's sunny. It's just, it's just amazing to be here, actually.
Yeah, in the beautiful region of Puglia.
Yes, exactly. Puglia, Vieste, Gargano. You learned really quick.
I'm learning.
That's
We're getting
amazing.
there. We're getting there. Let's take a little look at the elimination ladder then, guys. Once again, efpt.net/live. On your screen there, we've got one of the young guys from Brouwsdam, Tigo Court, on the JP Neil Pride foil setup. So he will be coming up, as you guys can see in the bottom corner. First heat will be coming up in a couple of minutes. And Tigo will be up against the only girl entering the foil style, Lucy Honegger.
Yes, exactly. So she's the only one trying this out.
Yep.
So obviously I would say shout out to her because
For
it's
sure.
definitely tough to compete with the guys. But as said before, she's actually here to inspire other girls.
Yeah.
And she finds it's quite sad and actually a shame that not more girls are doing this right now. But maybe she can inspire some more, push some more to be more for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
All
it's
it
really,
takes
really
is one.
cool.
All it takes is one, and the dominoes start to fall, as they
Yes,
say. You know,
exactly.
that's what we need. We need, more of the girls to get into it. And I think it'll come. And as I said, this foil style, you know, whilst foiling has been around for a while, you know, in windsurfing, the last sort of 4 or 5 years, foil style is still relatively new, unless you're Bals Muller,
Yes.
who we miss.
true.
We miss you, Bals. We wish you were here. But he's a busy man these days. But yeah, you know, other than him, who got on it really early, these guys, it's only really been the last sort of year or two that they've actually decided to start learning
Yeah,
these,
definitely.
a load
We're
of these
really
moves.
in the beginning. We're
Yeah.
really at the start, starting from ground zero, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really cool to see what's gonna happen. And
It's still such a new discipline. And as, you know, even Jentel cares, a world champion, you know, one of the best freestylers in the world. And he was like, look, we're all still learning these moves. You know, in this meeting yesterday, he said, we're not experts at it either. You know, we've got to kind of get used to it all.
Yes,
and,
but
and
that's actually really refreshing,
Yeah.
you know, to see something new coming up, I believe.
100%, yeah, and that's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to be seeing as we see the red flag going up. So a couple of minutes left until the start of this heat, and we have Tigo Court up against Lucy Honegger. Lucy there on the screens on the red Severn sail, just tacking. Looks like she's struggling for power a bit. I think when we had a close up of Tigo there, it looks like he was on a 5-2. So he's on the big gear.
A big gear, yeah, definitely.
But
I mean, it is super light. It can only get stronger, but we're giving it a go. We're trying as much as we can.
Yeah.
And everything we can get in, I mean, the better it is.
exactly, we've
So
got plenty of
let's see.
time. We've got plenty of
Exactly.
time. We saw the forecast, earlier on in the pre-show. We took a look at the forecast for the next few days. It looks like today we are going to get some wind. You know, it is a thermal effect. It is
Yes.
going to be an afternoon wind.
Very true. Very
But hey,
true.
if we can get this foil style done, going over to YouTube, actually, I saw we had a comment saying, how much wind do you need to foil style? And I would say probably, especially if they're on 5.2s, things like that, anything 11, 12 knots and above,
Yes.
you can probably get going. You've seen, those of you who have watched previous events or keep up with freestyle, these guys at the top of the level, they can get planing on a fin in like nothing.
Yeah, they're used to pump.
It's crazy. They're
to
used to
give it a
getting
lot
going
of power
early.
in.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, once you're up in the air, you can even foil and fly with less wind, even
Exactly.
7, 8 knots. But
Yeah.
the important moment is that you get going, that you get flying,
Yeah.
and for that you really need a minimum of
Exactly.
10, especially with that kind of gear, because it's not a big racing gear where you get like huge foils and huge boards.
Exactly.
So it's still small gear, and they need a minimum. I
And
mean,
of
that's
course,
only realistic.
Exactly. And whilst, of course, you can get up onto the foil and get going, you still need a few knots more to be able to throw yourself around a move.
Yes.
As we see Tigo there going for the duck jibe. Everyone said yesterday in the meeting, they said that a duck jibe is the nicest thing to do on a foil.
That's
It's
so
so funny.
actually.
You see them doing these huge double rotations, everything like that, and they're like, yep, duck jibe's the nicest. Duck jibe's
Keep
the
it
nicest.
simple. Keep it simple.
Exactly. So we've got 1 minute until this heat starts, guys. If you guys are watching on YouTube or on Facebook, make sure that you guys are leaving us a comment. Let us know where
Yes,
you're watching
please.
from. Let us know if you've got any questions, Eddie, whether it's for a specific rider, move tips, anything like that. We are going to be live here all day. And use us. We can ask some of the top pros, or you can ask us anything that you'd like.
Exactly, because we're actually doing beach interviews just with the riders coming out from the water. So if you have any specific question, don't be shy, guys. Just ask us, and
Yeah.
we make sure that we're not missing any comment from you, because the interaction from you is really nice. Actually.
Exactly.
That's what the riders also really like, appreciate, and what pushes them actually.
Exactly. So, make sure you get involved. We have just over 30 seconds left until the start of this heat. As it says, Lucy looks like she's struggling for a bit. She's on that foil freak sail. So, a freestyle sail specifically designed. Oh, that is the green flag up there.
And we're on for the first
So, heat is on. Let's see. So, as you guys can see, live ticker underneath, 9-minute heat. So, slightly longer heat. So, given that the wind's a bit lighter as well.
But that's good, actually, because it gives them more possibility to do more tricks.
Gives them more time, exactly. And
Yes.
as we said, guys, this is the first foil style competition. We're having a go. Potentially we may be. Do you know what? We don't need 9-minute heats, but for the moment, that's what the judges have decided,
We're giving it a try like this.
and we're giving it a try. As we see Lucy pump up onto the
Okay,
foil.
she's also pumping now. She's on the foil. Looks light, but she's flying, so that's good.
Yep. As
Going
we
on
see,
the outside, Tigo coming inside.
yeah. So Tigo Court on the big screen on the left-hand side of your screen there, guys, on the Neil Pride. You can see, it doesn't look super powered up.
No,
He's
he
kinda
looks not powered up.
having
at
to
all.
keep himself.
Ooh,
Oh, little
there was
chop
a
hop.
little jump
Little
from
chop hop
Lucy.
there. Yeah. Nice one from Lucy. As I said, guys, the scoring is also going to be, slightly different. I think a couple of carving moves will be scored as Tigo ducks the sail in regular. Whoa!
Oh, nice one.
And there it is, the first big move from the first foil style heat in the Freestyle Pro Tour. Big culo there from Tigo.
Clean landing.
He's going to be
Very
pleased with
nice.
that. Looks like Lucy coming down from a shove it there. Lucy coming down from a shove it, but just not quite bringing the board back down underneath her. It's got to be hard. If you think
Yes.
the swing weight of having that foil under your board as well, I'm sure any people who have been foiling or anything like that, whether you've done a jump accidentally or on purpose, I'm sure you'll be able to relate to that. But Tigo
Yeah,
made it
it's
look
hard.
effortless with that
Yes.
with that culo. I think he'll be getting a really nice score for that.
Yes, definitely.
Getting into his foot straps early there, so straight into the foot straps before pumping there.
Okay, they're both. Oh, now it looks like they didn't get any gust.
I think this is going to be the way, though. As I said, this is a
Yes.
thermal wind effect. Local time here, it's 11, just gone past 11:45, so it's still the morning here. Those of you who are in Europe and have been to Italy, Greece, these places where you do get these thermal winds, you'll know they're afternoon winds.
Yes, definitely. Usually they're picking up around lunch, actually.
Yeah.
So it's still early, and it can only get better, actually. But yeah, the guys will be, they need to do a lot of pumping anyway today. So unfortunately, it will be a pumping game.
Yeah, exactly. But that's part
Part
of it.
of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, Tigo is up again, going on the outside.
So one thing that they said as well about the foil style and everything like that is they don't need to worry as much about trying to get back upwind as when you're on a fin, because as soon as you're up on the foil, you can point. You can
upwind
point
is
so
not a
high.
problem at all when you're foiling.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm sure anyone foiling will know that
That's
also.
definitely a benefit, actually, because people otherwise, like riders in freestyle heats, are losing a lot of time going upwind again.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they're not having a good cast or
You're
whatever.
basically doing a figure of 8 all the time because you can only it's only, remember guys as well, you can only do one move per tack. So you can't go and do, for example, a shaka, then keep going and then do a flaka or anything like that. You have to turn round each time. So obviously you do end up doing this figure of 8, whereas the foil, you can kind of just keep going upwind very easily.
That's definitely one of the benefits. That's true.
As we see Tigo kind of pumping with the foil as well as the sail to keep himself going. Looks like he's in a... Is he looking to do a move or is he just trying to keep going? I can't tell.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. A little racing attempt, maybe.
Looks like he's got a bit of power. Well, from this angle, it looks like he's got a nice bit of speed here.
I think he got a good cast, actually.
So he's got the... So he traditionally does a burner, I think, on port tack. So he may be aiming to go for the kind of downwind 3 into the burner. He's got the culo ticked off. And I know those Browsdown boys, they love the burners and the culos.
Yes, one of their favorite tricks.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, so it'll
Of
be
the
interesting
whole
to
gang.
see. It'll be interesting to see what he goes for. I think, he's going to try and do that burner, but I think he'll want a bit of speed. One interesting thing they said, there's 3 ways to do a burner on a foil. Again, I'm getting super technical with this, but that's why we're here.
Coming.
Oh, foot's out. I think he's just going for a jibe.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't like it. Oh, he didn't like it. Ooh.
Little touchdown.
No, he didn't like it. I reckon he wanted the burner, but there wasn't enough power.
No, definitely not. I mean, that's the issue, because if you look outside, it looks more breezy.
It does, yeah,
But obviously,
100%.
as soon as you come in, because we're still a little bit in a bay, so as soon as you come closer to the beach, obviously also the wind gets
Less wind.
because we're a little bit protected from the upper bay, actually. I mean, look, there's a huge racing sail guy outside just standing with the racing sail.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tricky.
As Tigo goes past Lucy, Lucy's still struggling to get playing. I wonder if Lucy's on 4.8, maybe even 4.4, although it looks quite a big sail.
It does.
But Tigo changing his grip. Oh no, he's jibing again. See, on the fin, you never see guys jibing.
No.
Really. Guys, they're pretty much always tacking at each end because they want to keep that upwind distance as much as possible.
Yes, not losing any meters.
Some love coming in on YouTube for Tigo. Felix Volkart, good luck, guys. Send it. Felix, where are you? Why are you not here? Felix, of course, coming.
I like the comment about the coffee. How
Yeah.
many coffees did Dudo had in the morning? Plenty. You know, we're in
Plenty.
the country of coffee, so everybody had some good coffee already this morning.
Plenty of coffees here in Italy. Felix, of course, coming off a win in Germany at the German freestyle battles. So,
Oh, yes.
yeah, surprised not to see you, Felix, carrying on that winning streak. But we miss you and we hope to see you in events soon. As we've got Tigo coming in hot,
Coming
foot's out
in.
again. I'm going to see a double duck jibe. That's what he's going for.
Ooh.
1, 2. Oh,
Another little touchdown.
oh. So, interestingly, guys, as I said, this is the first foil style event. They have said that things like these sort of double duck jibes, carving, old school carving freestyle will be scored. And it
that's
looks
it.
like they will be cancelling that heat, I
Yeah.
think, given that Lucy just can't get planing. So therefore, it's kind of just not really fair conditions. But we gave it a go. Tigo with
Exactly.
an absolute moment of glory with that culo.
That was really nice to see, actually.
Yeah, and that's a nice example for those of you watching to see. Like, that's why we're doing this.
Yes.
That's what we want to see.
Now we're here to make the most out of every conditions. We just go with the flow, try to do every hit possible in all kind of conditions, at least as the wind allows. But
Yeah.
so far it was just not doable. But we're here and we will give everything.
Yeah. So it looks like heat cancellation there.
Yes.
They will be holding off for the moment. The wind is just a bit too light to offer a fair competition.
Yes. No, I mean it has to be fair for everybody. If someone is not planing, then it makes no sense at all.
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, if they're getting planing occasionally, but I think Lucy's got planing.
Yes. She was really glued to the water actually, and in the end also Tigo.
Yeah. So as we'll let Tigo come in, and then we'll get some words about
Yes, definitely.
that from him. That's the problem with foil as well. Is you've got
Yes.
to step off quite early.
Very
You can't
true.
come straight into the beach.
Very true.
Yeah. So Tigo Court there coming in.
But look how stylish he's carrying out the gear from the water.
He's a stylish man. What can I say?
Yes,
Even though he's not
definitely.
Italian. So yeah, guys, make sure. And also, guys, you can keep updated on our Instagram at Freestyle Pro Tour. So make sure that you head over to that to take a look at all the behind-the-scenes action going on. We've got a couple of the team running around like madmen with their phones, you know, catching all of the action. Whether it's the riders sort of chatting amongst themselves, you know, discussing tactics, you know, new gear, everything like that. So yeah, make sure you're following us on Instagram. And of
Yes.
course, there's a lot of videos of people crashing, which is what people really want to see.
That's what people really want to see.
That's what
actually,
people wanna see.
The crashing videos are always more successful on the net.
Yep.
I mean, it's insane. It's insane.
I think we'll maybe try and get George and Andreas in at one point to talk about that tow-in crash in Austria.
Oh yeah, we should because
Yeah.
that one looked
That was a big
gnarly,
one.
gnarly,
Yeah, yeah.
dangerous and gnarly. You know, everybody
Yeah.
was like, oh, closing
Yeah.
their eyes.
I think there was just a bit of a miscommunication there, but that'd be interesting to get some insight into that. And of course, just talk about towing in general. Obviously, in Vesoul in France recently, that was amazing. Some of the footage from there. As we
yes.
check out that drone shot of Lucy coming in, look at that
Look
watercolor.
how nice the water is,
Yeah.
and it's even warm, clear.
Yeah,
That's what we want. We want to be windsurfing in these kind of waters. That's
Yeah.
what everybody loves.
But the key word there is wind, and that is what we need. But as I said, the forecast does look good. You know, we checked out the forecast earlier, you know, for the rest of the week, and it does look like we have some wind on the way. Hopefully today, tomorrow. I think Friday looks a bit like probably an off day.
Friday looks a bit so-so with question marks.
it's
still,
almost kinda
but
easterly.
it can change. You know, it's still
Yeah.
2 days ahead, so sometimes conditions can change out quickly.
Yeah.
Also here.
Yeah,
so let's
exactly.
be optimistic. Let's
and
be
then
optimistic.
Saturday looks all right, and then Sunday looks currently. I don't want to jinx it, but Sunday looks amazing.
Yes.
Sunday looks like it could be the day of days. So, you know, we've had it before in Austria where the last day has been the only day we've been able to do it, and it's been an awesome day. So if that's what's going to happen, that's what we'll have to do. But
To add a bit of more excitement, you know, when everything is running on the last day, it's always stressful and
It's
exciting for everybody.
anticipation.
But it's a good show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So, yeah.
look how nice the area looks. Super green, where I said in the middle of the national park. So that's really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. As we see the flag up there. So yeah, heat's been cancelled, and Greta is going to jump out, and she's going to go and have a chat to Tigo and talk about that, Kulo, how his first foil style heat went. All right, and we are going to hand over to Greta, who's going to have a little chat to Tigo.
So we're here at the beach. Tigo, you did your first heat, Foilstyle heat. How was it for you? Give us some insight from the water, please.
Yeah, the heat cancelled because it was a little bit too light. I'm now my biggest sail, the 5.2. But yeah, in the beginning it was okay, but after that the wind drops a little bit.
Okay. But we got a really good show. You did a proper burner, which looked amazing, super clean. Unfortunately, it got cancelled. So what is your aim or what is your goal for the next days?
Ooh, for the next day, it is now the beginning of the foil style, and it's really nice to do something new. And also we want to complete the normal freestyle.
And how is it for you to be here in Vieste? Because we have so many people at the beach. There's a big crowd going on. Give us your feelings, please.
This is my second time here in Vieste, and it's the camping and like the whole beach is like it's nice.
Okay. All right. Good luck then, and looking forward for the next action.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Tigo there. Ever optimistic. I love the Browsdam guys. They're so, they're always just stoked to be wherever they are. They're stoked to be there. Always great to see. That was a good move.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Greta.
It was nice to have a little bit of a chit-chat with Tigo.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, they're always optimistic. They're always pushing to the max, so that's actually really refreshing from the young generation. It's really cool.
Yeah, freestyle is in good hands for the future, I think, with those boys. You know, especially like Bodie Kempen has made such an impact in the heats recently, and just his free sailing, everything. He's just on such a level. That's not taking anything away from Tim and Tigo, of course, who are both amazing interesting as well. I think everyone's a bit worried about Tim, especially with the foiling.
Yes,
I think
exactly.
He's really like taken to foiling quite quickly. So yeah, it's going to be super interesting to see how he does later on. So coming up, we will be having a resale of Teagle Court against Lucy Honegger. Next up will be the dark horse himself, Jamie Howard, up against Tim Gerdes. So up against Tim, it's going to be super interesting to see that heat as well, as a lot of the other riders haven't seen Jamie. There's a lot of talk about, oh, what moves can he do and things like that. Yeah.
Surprise!
He told me the other day some moves he's landed, but I'm not going to tell anyone because I want to save it.
Keep the insights.
I hope.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it or anything like that. And of course, I've got to root for him. I've got to root for Team UK. Into the next round, then we have Joop Schmidt up against Sam Steve. I've heard a rumor that Joop Schmidt has never foiled. He's wing foiled twice on a photo shoot, and other than that, he hasn't. He hasn't foiled.
That's always what people have to do. On the photo shoots, they have to jump on everything.
Yeah,
oh
but he's entered, which is the spirit of freestyle itself. Is him like,
Yes.
I'll have a go.
I give it a go. Freestyling, as we said, all over the place.
Yeah.
But that's actually, I think, a really, really interesting hit.
Yeah, so up
Looking
against
forward
Sam
to it.
Steve,
Yes.
who does a lot of foiling.
Actually, yes. Sam loves it. He does a lot of foiling. He's actually also one of the riders who is used to a lot of different conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, Lecat, obviously, in his home spot, he's always going in nuclear winds.
Yeah.
He's traveling a lot also. He's been in Cape Town as well. So let's see. That's going to be an interesting one.
For sure. And then next up, Jentel Kers, who is seeded. So the winner of Teagle Court and Lucy Honegger will be going up against Jentel. After that, Bodie Kempen and Leonard Neubauer. The
Also
new
very
wave coming
interesting.
through.
Yes,
That's going to be a
exactly.
good battle.
The youngsters.
Yeah.
The youngsters.
That'll be a good battle. And then finally, Steven van Broekhoven also seeded. So the winner of Jamie Howard up against Tim Gerdes will be going up against Steven van Broekhoven.
Yes.
So it looks like the foil style is on standby for the moment, guys. So we are going to leave you for a bit. And then as soon as the judges make an announcement and the wind picks up, we will be jumping straight back on.
Yes,
And
maybe you leave us some comments in the meantime, so
Exactly.
we can put them into action afterwards and
sure.
give some more interviews at the beach.
Exactly, yeah. Make sure you stay up to date with everything on EFPT.net/live. We will remain live on YouTube and Facebook, and make sure you give us a follow on Instagram at Freestyle Pro Tour. Stay tuned for the action, guys. We will see you soon.
Ciao.